We were talking before the stream started, just like, how even sometimes, like you were saying, you can't get all of it and you don't matter, right? And I think today is one of those good days to, a lot, like you said in the beginning, a lot of people don't want to bring up these days or, but this is actually the best days to have a good conversation because like we started earlier on talking about CFX and how I've been trading and being, I mean, killing it on that thing for like a week and a half already. And today just lost $500. And when you're so consistent and maybe you got wiped out or you got closed out, it doesn't hurt you as much because over the period of time, you're going to be more profitable when you start layering these things up and you're not going to be 100%. So, once the market hits its top and you got that sell signal, you see that gap on that volume profile, you see the point of control down there. Don't make it so hard for you to convince yourself that, hey, the chart's turning around the other way, right? Because although it's a cliche and we use it quite a bit, it is true. The trend is your friend. And, don't turn your back on your friend when it wants to go the opposite way. So now we're seeing that downturn. So, this is our turn to possibly short or just, do some studies. You don't always have to trade. You can just study what's happened, what's going on right now and stuff and take some notes.
That's 100% right. And these are, once you understand how price moves around from level to level, it doesn't surprise you anymore, right? You might be surprised about how the levels get stretched out. And just as an example, let's throw the 20, the 50, and the 200 up here. And the 100 just for good measure, because I know it's going to be in the middle. So understanding how we do things. So I love these two flats that are basically look like double bottoms, these 2 points rather, that look like double bottoms, and then you get a buy signal right in here off the 20 area, just above the 50. So you're already getting support, right? Of the 50, you get your signal off the 20. That's awesome. I like that. And price rides right up. Nothing surprising. We know how to read this. Support from the 20, continuation. Here we break. The job is not to question. And I do this too. Like, I don't want you guys to think that I'm just preaching. This is stuff that's affected me in my journey. I would argue with myself as an example that period, going, "Oh shit, this has been a great trade, and I'm 5 points away from 100% return or whatever it is." And you get inside your head. Well, why did I write this script? So that I don't get inside my head. Right? When I when I see this or I see this, I instinctively know what to do, so that I don't converse with myself and miss opportunity or make mistake. This is not a perfect science. There's always going to be some give and take.
Yeah, I've been there where and I think and I want to touch on I like to touch on the psychological stuff because you're so good at the technical analysis and it's like, man, you're bringing in the sauce, but these little cues that you talk about are things that I've experienced myself and maybe somebody's listening as well. And I want to hone in on those moments because I've been there too where you're 97% profit and you're like, I want to get 100. I need to don't do that to yourself. If the charts and the indicators change, and I've been there. I'm not just grabbing this stuff out of thin air. I'm speaking, I'm wearing my heart on my sleeve because I've been there where I was like, come on, I need that just so I can say 100 and I can make a cool post about it. Now I don't care. If the chart's done and it is done printing in that direction, hey, I just clip it right there and it's done, right? Make sure that you guys pay attention to your little self-talk that you have in your head. The minute you start having those little conversations, those little, and what to tell yourself, right? It's like, maybe it's ready for this bounce. Maybe it's like you're pitching yourself to something because you want to see that 100% so bad. It's like, take your profits, right? Take your profits and live to trade another day.
If you guys just kind of make a mental note of this 4-hour ETH chart, right? Because it's a great example of where you've had continuation, right? We like to see that. So a little bit of a breakdown, or a retrace. This actually just went sideways and caught the 20 and got support. And you can see this rollover up here that on the 4-hour is getting support on the 20 MA. And this is all about levels, right? Current price is attracted to past. So on the 4-hour, you're sitting on the 20. And we've got, some obvious kind of giveaway here in momentum indicators. But if we back this up even farther, so now here's the 100 MA giving us support. So we saw in the previous time frame we're getting something off the 20 here on the